The sun dipped low over Sacramento, painting the streets in streaks of gold and amber. Eric Porter was driving home after a long day at the office. His sedan hummed softly, the faint music on the radio easing the stress of the day. Approaching an intersection, he slowed for a yellow light, then a red. That's when the blue and red lights blazed behind him. Accompanied by the sharp blare of a siren, Eric glanced in the rearview mirror, eyebrows furrowing. He pulled over, rolling down the window just as the police cruiser came to a stop behind him, Officer Bradley. Larson stepped out, a man in his mid-30s with a buzz cut, a badge glinting and a posture exuding authority. Larson approached, voice clipped. "License and registration," Eric complied smoothly, handing over his documents. Larson's gaze lingered, sharp and probing. "Do you know why I pulled you over?" he asked, leaning closer. "I'm not entirely sure," Eric replied, calm and polite. "You didn't come to a full stop at the light," Larson said. Though a flicker of doubt colored his tone, Eric nodded, serene but unshaken. "I thought I slowed down in time. But I understand." A tense silence hung. Larson's posture shifted, subtle yet noticeable. "This wasn't just about a traffic violation anymore. You're not from around here, are you?" Larson asked, scanning Eric's license. "I moved here a few months ago," Eric replied evenly, noting the officer's growing edge. "Where were you headed in such a hurry?" Larson pressed. "Home," Eric answered, steady as ever. The air crackled with tension. Larson no longer saw just a driver. He saw suspicion. Eric, however, remained controlled. Calm was not naivety, it was mastery. Larson's impatience grew. "Step out of the car." Eric's grip on the wheel tightened, but his face betrayed nothing. "Is there a specific reason, officer?" Larson's lips twitched, but his authority demanded compliance. Eric stepped out. He stood slightly taller than Larson, shoulders broad, suit tailored, demeanor unthreatening, but confident. "Hands where I can see them," Larson ordered. Eric obeyed, deliberately. "Is there something specific you're looking for?" he asked. "Just routine," Larson replied, smirking faintly. "Incidents around here." "Incidents involving men in suits?" Eric countered, locking eyes with Larson. "Or is there something else?" Larson stiffened, words failing him. Eric's calm firmness unsettled the officer. "You seem familiar with how this works." "Got something to hide?" Larson asked, narrowing his eyes. "No, officer." "I just believe in transparency," Eric said, letting the silence stretch. The dynamic shifted. Larson's frustration grew. Eric's composure remained unshakable. "Turn around." "Place your hands on the hood," Larson demanded, voice clipped. Eric hesitated, eyebrow raised. Then, without a word, he complied. Larson approached, patting him down roughly, lingering longer than necessary, attempting dominance. But Eric did not flinch. "Clean," Larson muttered, grudgingly. Eric faced him calmly, eyes sharp. "Of course I am. Now, officer, if you're done, I'm not. You seem to know a lot about my authority." "Care to explain?" Larson asked, uneasy. "I've had interactions with law enforcement before," Eric said. "Let's just say I've learned a lot." Larson's irritation grew. "So you're a lawyer or something?" Eric smiled faintly. The ambiguity in his answer only heightened Larson's unease. "Think you're smarter than me?" Larson growled. "I don't think anything, officer. I just believe in fairness, and so far I'm not seeing much of it here," Eric said, calm but piercing. The words landed. Larson flinched. Eric stepped closer, closing the gap. "Do you know what the most troubling part of this interaction is?" Eric asked softly. "It's not the profiling. It's not the escalation. It's that you didn't even realize who you were talking to. You assumed I wouldn't know my rights? Wouldn't understand the law you swore to uphold." Larson's confidence faltered. Eric's calmness had sharpened into authority. "Officer Larson," Eric said, reaching slowly into his pocket. "I think it's time you know who I am." Larson's face hardened. "I don't care who you are," he shot back. Though his tone betrayed uncertainty, Eric revealed a badge, sleek and authoritative. "Eric Porter, Head of Internal Affairs, Sacramento Division." Larson froze. His confident facade unraveled as he realized. Eric oversaw officer conduct. He ensured integrity. He ensured accountability. You've been treating this as a routine stop, Eric continued, voice steady. But it stopped being routine a long time ago, Larson swallowed hard. Eric returned the documents, calm but resolute. Think carefully about what you say next. You will hear from me again not as the driver you pulled over, but as the man responsible for deciding whether you're fit to wear that badge. Eric slid back into his car, engine humming. Larson remained, shaken, uncertain. The next day, Eric reviewed Larson's file, a history of complaints, minor infractions, excessive stops. Eric saw a systemic issue, not just one officer. Meetings were held. Interviews conducted. Policies reviewed. Larson faced internal hearings, resulting in a suspension. But the true victory was systemic reform prevention, not punishment. Months later, Eric addressed a full room of officers, city officials, and residents. Justice isn't just catching the bad guys, he said. It's making sure those sworn to protect and serve do so with integrity, fairness, and respect. That's the badge I believe in. And that's the badge we're building together. The applause thundered, but Eric knew this was just the beginning. Real change takes persistence. Real accountability requires courage. And for Eric, the work had only just begun.